Good evening. Welcome in daily UPC audio program. Hang on, rethink the death penalty. The Economic Times. Far right, far right turn the Hindu. Now the full editorial. Hang on, rethink the death penalty. The Economic Times. The demand for abolishing the death penalty got a fresh impetus on Wednesday when most lawyers present at a Supreme Court hearing on reducing instances of capital punishment wanted the provision to go. Their stand aligned with the growing worldwide support for its abolition. Close to three quarters of the world has abolished it. India, however, is among the out outlier. If voted against a United Nations draft resolution on abolishing punishment, the proposal new law, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita Bill 2023, that seeks to replace the British Raj era Indian Penal Code has increased the number of crimes that can attract the death penalty from 11 to 15. At the end of 2022, 539 convicts were on death row, the highest since 2016. The top court, however, has been saying that the lower courts must proactively elicit materials on mitigating circumstances of a convict before deciding on the case. The 262 uh, report of the Law Commission also favored abolition except in terror-related offences. India follows the rarest of the rare principle for the death penalty, but there are no clear guidelines on what is meant by rarest of the rare, leaving it to subjective arguments against the death penalty range from the person's right to life in inherent biases in the legal system, marginalized classes top the list in death row to the difficulty in gathering information on mitigating circumstances. However, the question that needs to be answered first is, does capital punishment actually work as a deterrent? There is no correlated proof anywhere in the world to support this belief until there is a there is data backed evidence that evidence it would be prudent to go by what is American Civil Liberties Union said. The death penalty costs more, delivers less, and puts innocent lives at risk. Far right turn the Hindu. The rising tide of ethno nationalist politics in Europe is worrying. The victory of Geert Wilders, a far-right anti-Islam populist in the parliamentary elections, has put the Netherlands, long seen as one of the most socially liberal countries in Europe, at a crossroads. According to the preliminary results, Mr. Wilder's Party for Freedom (PVV) has emerged as the single largest party with 37 seats in the 150 member lower house. The Labour Green coalition won 25 seats, while the incumbent People's Party for Freedom and Democracy (VVD) secured 24. While the PVV is far from the 76 seats needed for a majority, its formidable performance, it won three more seats than what the VDD won in the last elections, puts Mr. Vidals in a position to start coalition talks and on a potential path towards becoming the country's first far-right prime minister. Over the years, Mr. Wilders was built an image of herself as one of the most radical far-right populists in Europe. He has called for de-Islamizing, de-Islaming the Netherlands, shutting down mosques, banning the Quran, and closing the borders to migrants from Muslim-majority countries. He made the influx of migrants a strong political issue during the campaign, which appears to have helped him deal the greatest blow to the political establishment. The PVV's victory is neither surprise nor isolated. Mr. Wilders, a member of the House of Representatives since 1998 split from the conservative BBD in 2004 to form the PVV. Since then, he has been pushing his brand of populism in Dutch politics. In the past, the BBD, led by outgoing Prime Minister Mark Rutte, avoided tying up with the PVV because of the latest controversial views. But by grabbing the highest number of seats in the House, the PVV has now placed itself at the center of Dutch politics. It is not certain whether Mr. Wilders will be able to put together a governing coalition, but even if he is kept out of power, the leader of the largest party in parliament cannot be ignored. His rise is in line with the rise of far right parties and populists across Europe. In France, Marine Le Pen finished a close second in the 2022 presidential election. In Italy, a party with neo-fascist origin is in power. In Germany, the AfD, which has neo-Nazi roots, is the second most popular party. This should be a wake-up call for the establishment parties in the West. The far right is using the immigrant and the cost of living crisis to mobilize the public under its executive ethno-nationalist brand of politics. While the political center is struggling to hold, establishment parties should have a clear economic agenda and political vision to arrest the rising tide of far right politics, which echoes Europe's dangerous and not so distant past. Thank you.